What's up, y'all? I wasn't going to do any type of videos, but I got a buddy that we're talking Aggie football all the time, and he's telling me, hey, you got to do these videos, man. I'm like, man, I'm not a video guy, but whatever. It is what it is. I got 2 followers on Twitter. I just started 3 days ago. Nobody's going to see it. It doesn't matter. So here I am. I'm going to do the video. And he was wanting me. We were talking about, like, what's my take on Aggie football and why is it still the way it is? And I think that it's the era that we're in. I think it's very scary. And I think if you're going to tell the truth as a diehard Aggie, you're a diehard Aggie fan, and you're the Tex Ags radio people on listening to it every day. You're watching the podcast. You're on the message boards. You're flipping on College Game Day Saturday mornings right when it comes on. You're freaking hullabaloo connecting all day long on Saturdays at Kyle Field because you're a diehard Aggies fan and it means something to you. You are the people that I'm talking to with this right here, and this is kind of what bothers me, because if you do this, I think you have to admit that this is true. We look at the schedule right now, the games we have remaining, and we could go through there and just tick, 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 tick. Hey, we could actually potentially be 11-1 at the end of this year. And then you go back through there and tick, 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 tick. Hey, we could actually be 3-9 at the end of this year. That's a truthful statement. There's room to play in there, but if you look at it, you could see how Ags could turn it around and we could be 11-1. You could also see how things could go how it sometimes goes in the Jimbo era, and we could be 3-9. That's what's worrisome as Aggie fans. That's what kills us as Aggie fans, is the inconsistency of the Jimbo Fisher era. We have yet to establish an identity other than the fact that we do not have an identity. Yes, this year finally we've got Connor Wegman. We don't have to complain about quarterbacks anymore. If he happens to go down, Max Johnson is a great quarterback. We've seen them both play. We know what they both can do. We have good quarterbacks this year. We've got the best receiving core in the SEC. We've got 3 great running backs. We've got a good skill set of linemen. On the defensive side of the ball, we are covered in 5 stars across the front. We've got a young linebacker who must be really good to be in that spot. We've got an experienced linebacker in Cooper. And then our secondary that people are upset with right now, we have experience back there, and then we also have some extremely talented young guys back there. The athletes at Texas A&M are not the problem. I don't think anybody can look at our roster and go, well, there's your problem. You lack talent, because you would throw the BS flag right in their face as soon as they did that. That's not the problem. So where does the problem lie? It's the mentality. It's the lack of killer instinct to win games. And again, that's not on the kids. When you listen to these press conferences time after time again, you get the same thing. We've got to get better in all 3 phases of the game. We've got to execute. We've blah, 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 blah. It's all the same. Every bit of it's the same. This past week, Connor didn't slide the protection the right way. Connor missed some hot reads. You got an uncovered blitzer coming off the edge, and Connor didn't see it, and we missed that read, and we should have dumped it off, and yet we were locked in over here, and we throw incompletion, we're rushed, we're off kilter, whatever it is over here. We got slipping issues. We got guys in the wrong place. We got inability to make tackles. We can't get a field goal off because it gets blocked because we blocked the wrong direction or missed a block on the field goal. My question is how do we take 5-star athletes and put them into a program with $100 million man and $100 millions worth of facilities and a fan base that will bend over backwards and give you anything in the world you want? How do we put the best into the best and produce mediocrity. How does that happen? How does that happen? I think the answer to that, which a lot of people have said, the people closest to it don't really want to step on it, kind of walk around eggshells when it gets to that point. But the answer to that is the money behind the whole thing. There is no incentive for Jimbo other than pride and other than getting patted on the back by the Aggies and other than just plain out doing what needs to be done. There's no incentive to force us to have a winning mentality. If he gets fired today, he gets paid more money than anybody listening to this will make in a lifetime. There's no incentive. Now, granted, I personally feel things would be much different if you came in and you had a base salary and then you got paid X amount to win games, X amount to go to bowl games, X amount to make to the playoffs, and X amount to win a national championship. So then when it's all said and done, the richest man in the room is also the winningest man in the room. That changes a culture. That changes a mentality, and that changes your win-loss record. I truly believe that is our problem, because you cannot tell me that we're building something great here and we're going to get there. This is year 6. This is year 6. We listened to a lady on Texas this morning tell us that Miami, which I don't think she was right, but her opinion, she says Miami is a national championship contender this year. Now, I think Florida State will wax them in the ACC, but she feels Miami is a contender. Well, that's Cristobal, 2 years he's been there? Lincoln Riley in USC, couple years, they're obviously a contender. Sark, Texas, couple years, they're obviously a contender. Over and over and over again, we see other programs speed race to the front of the line when it comes to bringing new guys in, bringing new talent in, putting new programs in, and boom, skyrocket to the top. We felt we did that, and we have brought him and whoever he wants in. We have brought the best of the best when it comes to players in. We have given the best of the best when it comes to facilities in. And the result is no better than it was when Sumlin was here. Matter of fact, right now, I believe Jimbo is under 500 for his tenure as a record. And I'm not blaming a single kid. And let me say, from a coaching background myself, I will put a lot of stuff on kids. You've got to find a way to win. You've got to find a way to do whatever it takes to win the game, obviously within legal means. You have to find a way to do whatever it takes to win the games. You have to draw a line in the sand and say, dadgummit, I am not losing today. We're not losing today. We're not going to get beat by another unranked team. We are too good to lose to an unranked team. We've got to do it. So yeah, I see that across from the kids. But those kids that still don't know to check it down, slide the protection the wrong way, miss a tackle, can't get a stunt right, blow a coverage, get arrested for reckless driving the day after they fly back from Miami, get shipped off to LSU because we can't act right here. All that stuff, that's a direct product of what is happening in that facility. There's no way you can tell me that a kid that's 5-star like Connor Wegman, played at a good high school, has been here for a couple years now, living. These guys, this is not like going to your high school practice. They're not going to first period athletics for 45 minutes to an hour and then going out and practicing for 2 hours outside with their high school coaches and their other 35 players. These guys at A&M are living, sleeping, breathing Jimbo Fisher's program every single day of the week. There's no way you can tell me that a kid that's 5-star and as smart as Connor Wegman can come in and in all the time he spent there, he still doesn't understand how to see the blitzer coming off the edge or which way to slide protect. There's no way you can tell me that our secondary still doesn't understand how to form tackle. That we don't understand just on this simple special teams part how to squeeze down and block, that it's the kids' fault that we don't understand. You can't tell me that 5-star athletes, as smart as they are, that it's their fault they don't understand this. You have to admit your system has failed the kids. That's the problem. And I'm a firm believer that the problem lies in the fact that we are human beings. Jimbo Fisher is a good coach. He is a good coach. And I'm sure he's a great man. The problem lies when you give a human being $100 million with no incentive to win. That's the problem. We are humans. At the end of the day, I don't care if you sit there and say you coach for peanuts or not. At the end of the day, if you don't have to produce but still can get paid, then you're just going to get what you get. Unfortunately, for the diehard Aggies and for some of the kids, or all the kids, it doesn't produce the best quality system that an incentive program would. That's my take. I'm sure 2 people maybe will watch this since I got 2 followers. Anyways, I'll try to post some more. Thank you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Hey, and if I'm wrong and we turn it around and we're 11-1, hell yeah. I hope y'all make fun of me till the day is long. I hope that everybody calls me names, and I'll call myself names right along with you, because that means the Ags are probably headed somewhere good. Peace.